Greetings! My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Divilethion. Last time, this titular bozo over here was behaving like some kind of jealous boyfriend to our, hero, so to speak, Lynn. You know, given, a nice little present, and then shortly after, basically trying to murder Lynn's family because Lynn dared to spend the slightest bit of time with him on a single day of the year. What? How horrible. Currently, Lynn's covering for his brother, but let's see how long that lasts. Lynn heads home, his little mind racing. It's messing with me. It just wanted to scare me. It didn't actually pick Marrow. Marrow would have told me. You would have told me, right? I'm surprised anyone tells you, frankly. Guess that's how brainwashed the half the place is. Marrow? But there is no answer. Oh great, he ran away. No, he didn't. He isn't the sacrifice. And where would he run away to anyway? To the wilderness so he can be eaten by something else instead? Lynn sits on the couch, gets up, but then sits back down again. He gets up a couple more times until he finally decides to stay down. And there he sits for the rest of the day, his thoughts running around in circles. He's still sitting there when Marrow finally shows up. Ah! Why are you sitting here in the dark? Like some fucking serial killer or some shit. Get the crap out of me. Haha, sorry. I guess Lynn kinda would count as a serial killer, actually. I didn't notice the sun went down. Well, the vegetables are fucked. I saved what I could, but it wasn't much. Thanks. Sure. Anyway, good night. Marrow? Yeah? Can we talk for a bit? Ah, yes, the conversation starter nobody wants to hear. What's up? You seem a little stressed out. Just the crops. It sucks. I see. Just pisses me off that I put all that effort in and they rot anyway. You know? I understand. Quite so. I'm sure there's an analogy I could draw there. If it's just that, then fine. But you know, Marrow, if something was wrong, you'd tell me, right? Yeah? Of course. The house gets a little too quiet for comfort. I love you too, Marrow. Thanks? I mean, that's nice. You too? What is with this response? This is really awkward, okay? How so? What am I supposed to say? Oh gosh, Jolly, I love you too. You're the best big bro ever. Yes, that would be nice. God. Anyway, I have to get to sleep now. Good night. Yeah. Lynn could have easily checked if Marrow was a sacrifice. But he didn't. He didn't have to. He knows already, after all. He knows, but just for now, he'll pretend to be convinced otherwise. Rando is dusting the temple stairs with such vigor, you'd think he likes it. Maybe he does. I don't know his life. Oh, hey, feeling better? Yes, thank you. Any news on the sacrifice? Not a peep. But fear not. Brenda throws the broom away with an extravagant gesture. It's my turn to pray today. Isn't it a bit early? Watch me. I'll get the sacrifice's identity out of that thing. I don't think you should push it. I mean... Relax. I'll take care of it. Ooh. That could be problematic. It doesn't matter if Divilethion does or does not tell him. Because now that means that the Divilethion will know that we didn't tell him. Troublesome. Lyn is left alone with a growing sense of unease. No, Lyn is not alone with that. He sits down on the stairs to brood. And isn't that a weird word, you know? How does something referring to, you know, it can refer to, you know, brooding, but also, you know, a brood of fighters or whatever. Oh, wait, I know. It's because it, you know, it's you know, referring to it's the connection is, you know, when you talk about nursing and nursing emotions in the mind, you know, that sort of thing. Well, I can kind of see the connection between brood and nursing, you know? I'm not sure about the origin of that phrase either. I guess, but it's a bit more understandable. Anyways, it's not important. One might wonder what exactly is the problem here. Marrow has been nothing but unbearable this whole time. Okay. I'd say good riddance. Yes, but you're the great Divilethion, so your opinion doesn't matter. But Lyn doesn't see it that way. He remembers him and Marrow used to be very close. Best friends, even. That's how pitiful Lyn's social life used to be. You see, Lyn was one of those unwanted children. Well, not at first. At first, he was very much wanted. By the police. But then the police got sacrificed. His parents had just gotten married and were on their way to their happily ever after. But then, Mother got ill while pregnant with Lyn. She went to the great Divilethion to ask for help. And the merciful Divilethion helped her, of course. It makes it sound like there's multiple Divilethions. Divilethion is the most kind being on Earth, after all. Oh. Is this why Divilethion is so invested in Lyn? Did he make some alterations to him while he was in the womb? Or is it just wanting to see how a project turned out in general? But in exchange, it demanded the unborn child for itself. Ah, yes. It was so excited. It had never had a pet before. Mother, on the other hand, wasn't too thrilled about it. No shit! Mothers tend not to be in these sorts of stories, or in general, really. But what else could she do? Let herself and the child die? Yeah? That's always an option. I mean, it's not even that's assuming it's guaranteed that she'd die. I mean, it's more likely that it's just high risk of complications. You know? And I'd take that chance over this nonsense. Besides, she could always just make another. I mean, if you had complications with one, good odds that you're gonna have complications with the next. You know? Well, maybe you don't. So she agreed. Lyn was born to serve the great Divilethion. What an honor. Yeah, quite. Maybe that's why Mother didn't bother loving Lyn. Lyn wasn't hers anymore. She made sure Lyn stayed alive, but didn't waste her breath talking to him. Eesh. Was that just complete apathy, or was she intentionally trying to spite Divilethion by giving him broken goods? I don't know. No, if it was the latter, I was about to say if it was the latter, she might have been more like straight up physically and verbally abusive rather than just neglectful. But then again, she might have been trying to be subtle about it. I don't know. In fact, she went out of her way to acknowledge his existence as little as possible. That might actually be guilt, not just apathy. Not wanting to acknowledge what she'd done. But, I don't know. Father didn't think it was right, but said nothing, because he was a spineless people pleaser. Huh. I'm not trying to draw parallels, but you can see the parallel here, right? Well, those of you who've watched my Coffin of Andy and Lele videos anyways. Or someone's at least. But Marrow is different. He and Lynn would play together, and overall they had a pleasant childhood. Well, ignoring all the unpleasant things. Like Dad leaving to die, and sibling favoritism and whatnot. Look, I'm saying neither of them were beaten with sticks. Usually. Not by their parents anyways. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a happy childhood. Hey, I was never beaten by sticks, and I certainly didn't have a fucking childhood, frankly. Wait. Divilethion, were you beaten with sticks? Is that why you've got a skewed view on things? Anyway, it was only after Lynn officially became a priest that Marrow became a whiny little shit. Yeah. So, you're a high priest now? That's right. You'll be in charge of those sick rituals. Some of them, yes. Congratulations. Lynn couldn't understand why Marrow wasn't happy for him. Because Lynn wasn't very bright. Serving Divilethion was ensuring the safety and happiness of the whole village. Isn't it now? Do they seem happy? Do they seem safe? I am not so certain. Sure, there was an occasional sacrifice or two, but with either that or no village at all. Is that right? Lynn thought Marrow was being unreasonable and naive. Lynn was, of course, unreasonable and naive, thinking that any of this was a good idea. But oh well. Surely he'd grow out of it. Nope. That's the trouble with religion. It can really divide a family, especially when one's religion involves sacrificing innocent people, murdering innocent people, rather. I should call it what it is. Anyway, that's why Lynn isn't so sure whether to stab Marrow or not. What am I to do? Killing Marrow will prevent a famine. Not killing him is just me being selfish. Despite what generations of indoctrination will have you believe, selfishness is not a vice. Selfishness is, like electricity, a basic part of our brain's function that it could not live without. Save crops or betray God. Wow. I mean, is that even really a choice? I mean, some people would say that there's an interesting choice, but frankly, if you have a choice between, if the top choice was just about anything, I'd still not have a choice. Fuck it. Betray God. Yes. Definitely. Absolutely. Without any hesitation. I mean, who do you take me for? Very content? Well, that might be fun and all. Obvious. Might nothing. What then? Where do we even go? I don't know. I could try killing God. Maybe. And taking its bones and using them to do rituals or some shit. I'm going to be ripped apart by beasts as soon as I exit the village's surroundings. Assuming there are actually beasts out there waiting to devour you, and that's not just a bad excuse to keep people there. Although, that's not how you spell that, but alright. Divilethion said this would ward off monsters. That's a damn good point. Divilethion, once again, gave you the tools to his own... I was about to say demise, but really more of just foiling in general. Although that makes me suspicious now. It's a suspiciously appropriate gift for this moment specifically. Could it be a trap? Well, it's better than sticking around, that's for sure. I'm wondering what Divilethion's angle here is. Might have just been a thoughtless gift. Divilethion seems rather thoughtless. Maybe. Didn't you say that that group of people left to go into the forest? Maybe he's hoping that you'll leave, find those people off of the forest, and then the gift will guide him to you so he can kill them all or something. I don't know. I'm just sucking myself out. I don't think he's smart enough for that. And if he is, well, it sucks to be us. At least anything smaller than it. Ah! Did I just compare Divilethion to a monster? Compare nothing. It is a monster. Obviously. No. I didn't mean it like that. Jeez, he's got such a hold on you that you don't even feel safe in your own thoughts. Divilethion is beautiful and wonderful and kind. Some priest I am. There you are. I was looking for you. Hi. How'd it go with Divilethion? He asked, as if he didn't know. Oh boy. I'm sorry to tell you this. Divilethion told me who the sacrifice is. It's your brother. Oh. Sorry. Lynn doesn't know how to react. So that implies, judging by the way his demeanor, that implies that Divilethion didn't reveal that Lynn already knew. What's their game? I'm not entirely surprised he did that, but it's certainly interesting. Should he pretend to be shocked by the news? It seems like a huge bother right now. You okay there, kiddo? Oh, yes, I'm fine. So you have to go through this again. Again? Like with your mother? Oh. Oh right, I did that. Haha. Oh. Rando's not a big fan of Lynn's flippancy. You seem... Huh. Rando seems oddly upset about that, actually. Interesting. I'll file that away for later. Might just be suspicious. Well, anyway, there's no way Marrow comes willingly. That's for sure. Will you come with me to get him? Alright, not sure what your angle here is, Lynn. Are you sure? I can go grab him with Anon. Oh no. He'll probably run away this side of you two. Let's just go get him. Right now? It's still early. I know he's home right now, so... This is going to get messy, isn't it? If he starts a ruckus, we'll knock him out. You have no mercy, huh? What was that? Old man's mutterings. Ignore it. No, I don't think I will. Are you sure you want to do this? I know it's difficult. No, it's fine. Are you sure? Stop asking me. Mero was surprised to see them. He was clearly expecting the priest to come after him much later. Possibly after he had miraculously come up with an escape plan. What's up? Look, we know it's you, kid. What are you talking about? Don't make this more difficult than it has to be. Why? Why not? I mean, if he's gonna die anyways, why not be as difficult as possible? No, wait! It's not me, I swear! Lynn, it's not me! Mero. Not you, huh? Then show us you don't have the mark. No! In a desperation, Mero attempts to push aside the old priest to get past him. But Rando has dealt with this kind of thing plenty of times. He gets Mero in a headlock. Thank you for your cooperation. Let me go! Mero struggles in panic. Ah! Ow. Lynn, a little help here? Sure. Oh shit! She straight up murked him! Alright, wasn't expecting that. I kinda thought I kinda expected her knocking him out or something, but yeah, that works too. Ah! Quiet. I just wish you told me. What? Pack your things. Huh? Clothes, toothbrush, things like that. What? What don't you understand? You suddenly being a half-decent person, that's what. But I'm... What? In a backpack? Yes, quickly now. Mero stumbled around in his room, almost tripping over Rando's corpse. What am I doing? You're throwing away years of service and the protection of this shitty village for the sake of, for once in your life, doing the right thing. That's what. Yeah. And... yeah. And the decency of this act isn't decreased. And the decency of this act isn't mitigated by being your personal family. Quite the opposite, actually, due to, well, I'm not gonna get into the morality of it. Are you throwing me out? What? Are you throwing me out because I didn't tell you about the mark? My god, no! We're leaving the village! Huh? Divilethion gave me this necklace some time ago. It'll allow us to wander outside the village without being attacked by monsters. Huh? Then why haven't we left already? Don't be ridiculous. There was no need to leave. Yes, there was! There's a bloody monster living in the temple! Mero. Mero shuts up. The carcass in the room serves as a nice reminder not to anger Lynn. We have everything we could ever ask for in here. I beg your fucking pardon. I could ask for a hell of a lot more than this. Bloody cultists. Honestly, I'm more than a little miffed we have to leave. Well... could just go by myself. Ah. Just get your things. We need to hurry. Meanwhile, Anon shows up to work. Here I am! But no one answers. Guys? Weird, are they both praying? She wandered around, but there was no sign of Rando or Lynn. Did they bail out on me? I'm gonna have to tell Divilethion we don't know who the sacrifice is. All by myself? She envisions Divilethion's fury. Idiot! Moron! You pathetic piece of human filth! This bloody village has barely 400 people. How could he not find one sacrifice? No! A lower level priest approaches her. Is something wrong? Can't find Rando or Lynn. You don't need to worry about that. They went to pick up the sacrifice, I think. Rando said he found out who it was. I saw him leave with Lynn a while ago. Not how you spell ago. Oh? Who is the sacrifice? I don't know. I was just passing by. But I think Lynn knew them though. He looked pretty down about it. Lynn did? Anon finds that to be curious. She doesn't recall Lynn ever feeling sad over any sacrifice. In fact, Anon found it creepy how little Lynn seemed to care in general. Well, except when it came to... Ah! It's Marrow. It has to be. Who? Lynn's little brother. I hope everything is alright. When did they leave again? Like I said, it's been a while. Anon gets a bad feeling. It shouldn't take this long. Oh, maybe he gave them the slip and they're having to search the village for him. Lynn's house is just around the corner. Well, why need he be in the house? Why couldn't he have been, I don't know, trying to escape? The reasonable thing someone would do. You got everything. Probably. Marrow. Huh? Pull yourself together. I don't want people asking why you look like you've seen a ghost. Okay. Can you do that? Yeah. Everything is fine. Just leave it to me. Right. They leave home, leaving Rando's corpse to rot on the floor in the summer heat. It doesn't matter. Lynn knows people will figure out what he did. And he doesn't plan to stick around for the consequences anyway. The two of them make their way to the village's gate. People keep stopping Lynn to say their hellos and ask about the coming ritual. Everyone wants to know who the sacrifice is. Lynn just smiles and says he doesn't know yet. He exchanges pleasantries as if nothing is wrong. It makes Marrow really uncomfortable. Right as they are about to exit, a familiar face shows up. Lynn! Oh, hello, Anon. You look worried. Is something wrong? Huh? I can't find Rando. And where are you going? Rando went to pick up the sacrifice, I think. And it turns out we're low on mushrooms. I'm going to grab some, so we'll have enough for the ritual. What are you talking about? That's not your job, send someone else. Arrow said he knows a good spot nearby. We'll be right back. Cut the shit, Lynn! It's Marrow, isn't it? Lynn doesn't answer. He's busy calculating whether Anon would let them go. It seems unlikely. Don't do anything stupid, Lynn. You of all people know how it is. Sorry. Sorry my ass! You're such a hypocrite! How many little brothers did you kill already? But oh no! God forbid we sacrifice yours! Yeah! Better a hypocrite than a dumbass. Anon, I can see you're very upset. Yes, I'm upset! You're not this stupid, Lynn! There isn't even anything out there! You're running off to die! And you're leaving us to die too! Boo-hoo. You guys... You of all people, this village of all villages should recognize it recognizes the legitimacy of sacrificing others in order to benefit yourself. Therefore, all she's doing is sacrificing the village to benefit her own family. It's the same damn principle. Sacrificing strangers to benefit your own family and all that. After all, live by the sword, die by the sword. Or sacrificial dagger in this case. Lynn figures this conversation has run its course. Not to mention, Mero keeps fidgeting about, as if he's expecting Lynn to change his mind now. Lynn turns around to open the gates. However, Anon hadn't come alone. Next to her are some other priests Lynn never bothered to get to know. One of them grabs Mero by the collar of his shirt, and roughly 1 instant later, 2 screams echo across the area. The man is screaming because Lynn just stabbed him in the eye. Mero is screaming because he is a little bitch. I suppose he was surprised seeing the man get stabbed. Still, Anon was plenty surprised too, but all she did was gasp. Besides, Mero already saw this happen with Rando. There should be a comma there. God damn, how many times do you intend to be shocked by the same thing? Anyhow, while everyone is busy screaming and being surprised, Lynn pulls Mero away with him. Turns out Anon was wrong, and Lynn is exactly that stupid. The other priests had every intention of following Lynn and Mero in case they ran. But when push came to shove, they chickened out. Who's a little bitch now? None of them fancied the possibility of getting new eye piercings. And all of them were suddenly extremely worried over the wounded one. Yup, no time to chase the sacrifice that's going to save our village. This random guy we're not even friends with is the highest priority now. Ha! Who's the hypocrite now? Funny how when push comes to shove, they may... Oh well. Well, maybe some of them were friends, but let's not fuss over the details. Lynn and Mero get away with no further incidents. Are we safe? For now, probably. But I'm sure they'll send someone after us. Will they? I mean, clearly whoever goes would just be immediately devoured by beasts. You know? And they're clearly not willing to make senseless sacrifices. I guess we'll be hunters. They'd know how to move around here. So Mero, we need to keep going until we're outside of Divilethion's influence. This should be calm after so. Oh. Huh? There aren't any strong monsters this close to the village, thanks to Divilethion. That means as long as we're here, people will surely come after us. Unless there aren't actually any strong monsters out there at all. Or at least not very many. But I doubt they'd chase us to where there are monsters. Great. They catch their breath for a moment, then continue on. Meanwhile, Anon's party has retreated back to the temple. The injured one is being treated. He is an equal amount of pain. An equal amount of pain, I think, as Anon is in distress. Well, no, actually, okay, never mind, that's grammatically correct. I can't believe this. Lynn of all people, that hypocrite son of a bitch. That fucking asshole! High Priest Anon, what should we do? I'm just... Has anyone seen Rando yet? I don't think so. Don't tell me he ran away too! Anon sits with her head in her hands. There we go, something. 2 of the head priests in the whole place, all both abandoning it. Huh. How do I break these news to the great Divilethion? Should I? Do you need me to come with you? Anon is tempted. Sharing the blame sounds good. No, I'll do it. Thanks, though. She smiles at the others and goes to visit the altar. Hello. I trust you're here to tell me the ritual is ready to start? Actually, about that. The benevolent Divilethion looks absolutely menacing. Does he? I guess he looks more ridiculous than menacing, frankly. It takes every shred of courage Anon has left to tell Divilethion what happened. I'll spare you from what went down afterwards. Anon lived to tell the tale, but it'll be years before she's actually ready to tell it to anyone. Dude, don't shoot the messenger. Idiot. And how lucky Divilethion was to spare Anon's sorry soul. After all, from here on out, she's the only High Priest available. Good for her. Right. It certainly doesn't seem to be good for her so far. As for some others. Lynn? What will happen to the village now? I wouldn't worry over that, Marrow. How can I not? The village is pretty sturdy. It can take a flood or 2. Huh? What? God, Lynn, no! I'm talking about the people! Oh, indeed, you basket case! Is everyone going to starve to death because of me? Well, I'd put the blame on Divilethion myself, but alright. Hahaha. The villagers, too, will be fine. They will? Yes, Divilethion is very kind. Can't believe you're still saying that. But it is. This isn't the first time we failed to deliver the sacrifice. There was this girl who killed herself before we could sacrifice her. Heh. Nice. Oh. But you know what happened? But you know what? Divilethion forgave us. Instead of the girl, we sacrificed her whole family. Right. How kind.
How kind?
Lynn fully intended that to make Marrow feel better. It didn't, though. No shit! Don't worry. The ritual will be held with or without you. Divilethion will keep everyone safe and sound. Well, I'm not certain about that. I mean, this is just a village. It's no capital city. You know? I don't know if you got that. So I really don't know if you know. But I'm rather proud of that joke. Just as I will keep you. Marrow found that a completely unnecessary parallel to draw. Quite. So that's what happened to Lynn and Marrow. They chose to leave behind the nameless, shitty village. And journeyed from the middle of nowhere to the edge of somewhere. Lynn is certain there exist other villages. Marrow just follows. He has no idea what else to do. But perhaps this is a happy ending for them. But what about poor Divilethion? Poor indeed, piss poor. It was heartbroken!
Good.
Poor thing. Wait, does it even have a heart? How could Lynn do that? Quite easily, evidently. That's the thing when you're utterly miserably fail at actually giving a person a reason to stick around at all. You tried to pull the carrot and the stick, but you were really too stick. You know? Well, maybe you don't. Probably you don't. Divilethion had so much faith in him. Even gave him the means to escape, trusting he wouldn't. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. But what do you know? Humans are the scum of the earth. Yes, blame the person that ran away to preserve his family and not the person who was, you know, forcing people to murder others to give the blessing when he could have easily just, you know, not done that and just helped them for the sake of helping them. Or fuck, I don't know, ask for the sacrifices of in other forms, like a fatted calf or some shit. Or go full Cainite and have them sacrifice the best of their produce. You know, something nice and symbolic. Not to mention delicious. After all the love and care Divilethion had given Lyn. Sorry, I can't say that with a straight face. This is the thing that got. Divilethion was absolutely devastated. It wouldn't let this one slide. You just watch your back, Lyn. One of these days you'll get what's coming to you. I feel woozy. Oh, my head. Deep breath. You'll get through this. But until then, enjoy the delights of living on the run. And that's it. That's the story. Surely there was some grand adventure to follow, but I'm not going to tell it now. So settle for this load of bullshit. Everyone lived happily ever after. Ha 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 ha! So that... What's this? The story is over, but you've been very kind to Marrow. Why would you do that? Perhaps you're wondering how he feels about all this. He didn't have any say in it after all. Well, let me tell you. Despite the mosquitoes, the mud, and the general unpleasantries of the forest, Marrow is pleased to find himself still alive. Yeah, I guess he's not dead yet, so I guess he'll be alright. Whenever he happens to glance down at the mark Divilethion had given him, he is filled with guilt. Perhaps he should have died. Thinking that someone else did so in his stead is a very somber thought. But at least Lyn seems to have wanted it this way. So whatever. Marrow is alive. And despite the bogs, the bushes, and the bugs, he is happy to be alive. And that's that, I think. The end. I'm sure there's other ends, but why would I need other ends, you know? Yeah. So that was Divilethion. A story about... a shitty village living under the yoke of a shitty monster, doing shitty things to appease it. And one of the shittiest of them all finally deciding to actually be a half-decent person for once in his life. When it really... and leaving that shitty village for hopefully something at least marginally better, because struggle to find something worse, you know? Some would call Lyn's actions there selfish, and yeah. So there's times like these where a selfish act is far more moral than a selfless one. It's in fact a lot more common than people think. Because selflessness is not really about being moral. It's about sacrificing it's about sacrificing what makes you a person, really. Sacrificing all that you are to some group, some imagined good, some imagined greater good that conveniently always happens to fall right in line with the desires of the groupthink, and all that. But the truth is, there is no greater good. In the end, doing good for yourself and those around you, supporting the people that you care about, and most importantly, yourself, because that's the person you should care about most, is always going to be more moral than chasing some imagined greater good that doesn't exist. Be generous, be honorable, be kind, but be selfish. And above all, never avoid the allure of selflessness. It is just a poison pill. And a purpose-built one, at that. Or something like that, at least. More importantly, avoid people that tell you that you should murder people for the greater good as part of some ridiculous sacrifice to some vile monster. That's just blatantly evil in the face of it, you know? Well, maybe you don't. But that's that for Divilethion. There's probably a lot more interesting morality to be extracted from this, the moral lessons and such, but that would probably take hours for me to dissect, and I'd have to go over it again with a fine-tooth comb. I don't know. And next, it's not the time for that. Next up, Jack in a Castle. Since we're going alphabetical order, we're going by chronological order. I think Jack in a Castle was the first. I don't know. Maybe it was No Good Noel. But until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and sayonara, suckers.
Okay, kid.